Hello and welcome to Madonna Moves. Today we're going to do a Pilates session with some light weights. Warming up first. I do recommend though, if you do have any shoulder issues, don't use the weights. We don't want to inflame any shoulder issues you might have, particularly any overhead with weights. So you can do this whole session without weights. Let's think about our breathing now. So on the inhale, I want you to zip up through this pelvic floor. Exhale, I want you to try and bring ribs to hips. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, ribs to hips. In all the exercises, I want you to think about shoulders down and back, chin slightly tucked in and nice and long through the spine. So good posture in all of our exercises. To begin, we're going to warm up without the weights. So warm up in the shoulders and the lower body. We're going to come into some lunges. So we're going to go back into our lunge. Make sure when you're in your lunges, forward and back, shoulders down and back, nice and long through the spine, abdominals always activated. Make sure those knees are tracking in line with your middle toe. And I don't want necessarily the knees over the toes. 90 degrees with the legs. Arms out in front. When we go back, I want you to bring two circles back with the same leg that's going back. When you come forward into your lunge, I want the circles coming forward. And back, set those lunges up. Good technique here. And forward. Keep breathing, keep scooping out that belly. And back. Squeezing those glutes, squeezing those quads, and forward, circling those arms, and back, and forward, and back. One more time, forward, and back. Let's change over. So set those lunges up, back, and forward, and back, and forward, and back, and forward, back. The circle goes back, coming forward for the last time. The circles come forward and back. Okay, we're going to do some lateral lunges now. So hands are together. Let's come over to one side, bring those hands down towards a bent leg. One straight, one bent. Coming up, and you're going to bring those arms overhead and lift that leg. And down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A bit of balance work here too. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze ribs to hips as you come up. Think long through the spine, shoulders down and back. Last one here. We're going to go over to the other side. So down we come, up we go. come down, we're going to grab our weights. Make sure that when we're doing our weight work, a nice strong core. Abdominals, quads, glutes. Really nice strong core. Okay, let's grab those weights. And bring these together. We're going to start marching. So, arms up overhead. As we bring it down, lift one knee up. And then the other, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do figure 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift those arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go figure 8. 2. Really use that waist. 4. Arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Figure 8. Twist at that waist. 4. Lift the arms up. Squeeze ribs to hips. 4. Figure 8. Use that breath to remind you to bring those ribs and hips together. And then figure 8. 2, 3, 4. Lift the arms up. 2, 3, 4. Twist, twist. 3, 4. Lift the arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And twist. 2, 3, 4. 2 more times. 3, 4. And let's twist. 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let's grab these weights now. A little bit of shoulder work. Get a nice steady base. Bend those knees. Really squeeze those glutes. So push your bottom out slightly. Scoop out the belly, shoulders down and back. Nice and tall through that spine. So let's just bring them up to shoulder height and back down. So really squeeze those shoulders as you lift them up. So exhale to lift up, inhale down. Shh. So you're really feeling that in your upper arms. Let's tone up these arms. For 4. So nice and controlled. 3. If you get tired, just drop the weight. And 1. Now we're going to come up, lift up, so open up towards the ceiling and down. Bring them down, facing forward and then close. So up, twist open, lift up towards the ceiling, down, horizontal and close. Open, lift, stretch up, down, horizontal and close. So keep those shoulders down as you lift up. So I don't want the shoulders up around the ears. Down, horizontal and close. Open, lift up towards the ceiling, down, squeeze between the shoulder blades, horizontal and down. You're still squeezing those glutes. Open, lift up. As you come down, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Lower and then down. Up, open, lift up, down, horizontal, close. One more time. Open, lift up, down, horizontal and close. This time, open, squeeze your chest. Open, horizontal, down. Lift up, open, squeeze. Try and get those elbows together. Horizontal and down. Push through those heels. open, squeeze that chest, open, horizontal, close back down. Lift, open, squeeze, open, horizontal and down. Lift, open, squeeze, open, horizontal and down. Last one, squeeze that chest, horizontal and down. Okay, this time we're going to work our triceps. So make sure when you bring your elbows back, that's where they stay. So I don't want you, as you open up those arms, bring those elbows back down. They stay here and you just move those forearms. You're really isolating that tricep. As we come, open up those arms, I want you to lean forward on those toes. Think about your posture. Scoop up out of the belly, shoulders down and back, eye gaze just at the top of the mat. Keep those elbows up and then come up on your toes as you bring those forearms back. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Keep those elbows close to the body as your arms close to the body, but the elbows lifted up, and that's where they stay. Don't bring those elbows forward. I see some of you doing. Keep those elbows up right here. They don't move. They don't come back here. They stay up. Lift up. You can really feel those triceps working. Let's do 8 more. 7. Scoop at that belly. Think about your posture. Bring those shoulders down and back. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's work on our biceps now. This time the elbows do stay down here, not back here. So they lock those elbows into your waist. This time, those legs apart, nice sturdy base. Think about your posture, shoulders down and back. We're going to bring the heads of the weight up and down. This time, we're going to put, as we come up, we're going to bring the heads of the weights to the side of the room and down. So straight up and down, and then let's twist up and down. Keep those elbows tight into your waist. Really think about isolating the bicep as you come up and down. Don't move the top of the arm. It's only the forearm moving up and down. Inhale down, exhale up. Use that breath to really remind you to keep ribs to hips. Think nice and tall through the spine. Nice sturdy base. You can squeeze those glutes as well. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to come up halfway, twist those heads of those weights to the side, so horizontal here, and I just want you to pulse. Really squeeze your glutes. Think long through the spine, shoulders down and back, and really squeeze those biceps. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's finish off our biceps now. Let's push those weights out, forward, come back, open up your hands, and push those arms out. Come back, bring those hands forward, then push out. And back, open the arms, push out. Close, push out. Close, open those arms, push out. push out to the front, open, push out to the side, close, push out to the front, open, push out to the side. Keep squeezing those glutes, ribs to hips. One more each way. And that's it. We're just going to finish off standing with we're just going to come down. We're going to not lock our knees. So it's just called a deadlift. It's really good for your lower back actually. So squeezing those glutes, don't lock those knees, but they're fairly straight as you just come down towards knee high. Lift back up, don't lock the knees, but squeeze the glutes. Down, scoop out the belly, lift up. So it's quite a feat in itself to squeeze the glutes without locking the knees. Keep shoulders down and back. So just your eye gaze goes down towards the mat as you go down, lifts up. Scoop out that belly. For 3, 2. We're going to stay down here. We're going to bring our elbows out wide and we're going to lift up and down. Lift up and down. So as you lift, squeeze between that shoulder blades. We're working our upper postural muscles here. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Squeeze. Still scooping out our belly. Nice and long through the spine. Eye gaze down towards the mat. Pushing through those heels and really squeezing your glutes. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, squeezing those glutes and just lift up to chest height and down. Lift up and down. Think about your posture. Nice sturdy base. Squeezing those glutes. So working the core. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, let's put our weights just at the top of the mat. We're going to come down the other end. Think about your posture, shoulders down and back, chin slightly tucked in. Really think long through the spine. Inhale, zip up through the pelvic floor. Exhale, ribs to hips, chin to chest, and let's slowly roll down, not locking those knees. Scooping out the belly, protect that lower back as you slowly roll down. Let your head hang heavy here. A couple of nods with your head, a couple of no's with your head. And let's squish those hands around your legs. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, ribs to hips. Let's slowly roll back up. Let's give our shoulders a nice roll backwards. 2, 3, and then forwards. 2 and 3. Inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor. Exhale, ribs to hips, chin to chest. Slowly roll back down. Let's walk our hands out just into a down dog and just let's pedal out those legs. Let's stretch those calves and the Achilles. Still scooping up the belly. And let's just come down onto our knees. Today we're going to do a plank on our forearms. So just grab your weights and you're just going to, as if you're folding your arms on top of each other here. And then we're going to either come back onto your knees for your plank
Straight back, so not rounding or arching of that back. Straight back. Shoulders down and back, so really good posture with your planks. Otherwise you come onto your toes. We're going to twist and lift one weight up towards the ceiling. You don't need to use all your weights. But really nice and controlled as we twist to either side. Really think about pushing the belly button up against the spine. Nice and controlled. Don't let that weight just fall down towards the ground. Lift it up and pull it down. Keep scooping, pushing that belly button up towards the spine as we twist. 6 more here. That's 1, 2, 3, 2 more sets to go. So we twist, push that belly button up against the spine. Last time. Let's hold it here. Nice flat back. Push that belly button up. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's lower your tummy onto the mat. Keep these weights, put them out into a stop sign here so that the elbows are just straight out from the shoulder. We're going to work our upper back and lower back extension muscles. We're going to lift our upper and lower body up together. Really think about squeezing between your shoulder blades as you lift the arms up. The most important thing is you scoop the belly away from the mat. So, inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor. Exhale, we lift upper and lower body. Really squeeze your glutes, squeeze between your shoulder blades. Eye gaze down at the mat. Nice long spine, lower back down. Now I want you to just push your upper body up and stretch up, lifting just the upper body now. Relax the lower body, coming back down. Arms into the stop sign, lift upper and lower body, lift the belly button up, squeeze between your shoulder blades, squeeze those glutes, hammies all the way along, lower back down. Push your upper body up, nice stretch here, lower back down. Upper and lower body up, squeezing everything, particularly between those shoulder blades, lower back down. Push your upper body up, lower back down, upper and lower body up, squeezing everything. Nice long spine, eye gaze down at the mat, lower. Lift upper body, stretch, lower back down. Upper and lower body up, lower down, push up the upper body, lower. 2 more times, lift upper and lower body, squeeze between the shoulder blades, lower down, push on the weights, lift the upper body up, lower. Last time, lift up, squeeze everything. Eye gaze down at the mat, nice long spine, squeeze the glutes, scoop the belly away from the mat, squeeze between your shoulder blades, lower back down. Let's push up and stretch. Lower down, push yourself up now back into a child's pose. Nice wide knees coming back. And just wriggle those hips from side to side. Okay, we're going to go straight into our abdominal work. So let's just hop onto our bottom first. Let's grab our weights. We're just going to do a couple of roll downs and roll ups. Think about your posture. This should be a lot easier with your weights to bring yourself up and down. So inhale, zip up, exhale, just curve out that spine, a nice little C shape. Slowly roll down, really use your abdominals to lower your body down. Weights overhead. Inhale, zip up, exhale, slowly roll up. Push that belly button into the spine as you lift yourself up. Nice and tall. And then let's slowly roll back down. Use those abdominals to lower that body. Bring your weights up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring our knees into tabletop. We're going to go into a dead bug. So we're going to bring the right hand back as we lengthen out the left leg. And back to the starting point. Now the left arm back, the right leg lengthens out. Back to the starting point. Exhale as we lengthen. Inhale back. And back. Just go down here a bit further. And back. Now your legs aren't supported, so I want you to imprint that spine into the mat. So belly button push into the spine, spine flat into the mat. So only lower your leg as far as you can without arching that back, that lower spine. Feel that abdominal connection every time you lengthen that arm and leg. So we're going to do 1 and 2. This time we're going to bring both arms, both legs back. Pushing that belly button into the spine, flat back, and back to the starting point. Then opposite arm, opposite leg goes out. 1 and 2. Then both arms and leg lower. So that just might mean not towards the floor, so you don't arch that back. 1, 2. Both arms and legs. Use that breath, control those abdominals. Opposite arm, opposite leg. 1, 2. Both arms and legs go out. 1 arm and leg. Opposite arm and leg. And then both. 2 more times. 2. Both arms and legs only as low towards the mat as you can without arching that back. Last time. 2. Both arms and legs. Back to starting point. This time, let's put the right arm back. The left leg, I want you to point towards the ceiling and lower it down. And back. Lift it up towards the ceiling, the right leg. Lower the left arm and the right leg down. And back. So this time we're just stretching out the leg first before we bring it back. Imprint that spine into the mat. Lengthen the leg first and then lower it down. Lengthen the leg, lower it down. So opposite arm, opposite leg, still working here. This time we're going to leave that leg out, the arm out, and we're just going to lift it just an inch off the mat and lower. Just an inch up and lower. Push that belly button into the spine. The spine is imprinted into the mat. For 4, 3, really feel that abdominal connection as you just slightly lift up that leg and bring it back to the starting point. Now the other arm and leg go out. And then just lift it up an inch, lower it just a tiny little bit. Control that movement up and down. Just an inch up, inch down. Really think ribs to hips to stop your back from arching. Keep breathing. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to your starting point. This time, we're going to stretch the arms and legs overhead. Lengthen those legs along the mat. Open them wide. And then bring them back in, lifting up your head. Lengthen arms and legs. Open them wide. And then bring them back, lifting up your head. Squeezing your abdominals. Lengthen them back. Open wide. Bring them up, lifting up your head. You can continue doing that, lifting wide, and you can come up into the sit-up. Back down, lengthen, open wide, come up into your sit-up. Lower back down, nice and controlled, open wide, come up into your sit-up. Squeezing those abdominals. Slowly down, lengthen, open wide, come up into your sit-up. Squeeze those abdominals. Slowly come down, lengthen, open wide, or you can just continue lifting up the head, bringing in the knees. 2 more times. Lengthen, open wide, coming up. Slowly down. Lengthen, open wide, coming up. Lowering back down. Okay. Let's come up into some nice little bridges here. So you can put the weights aside for the moment while we just do a nice little slow roll up. Bring those heels close to the bottom. Inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor. Exhale, ribs to hips. Tilt that pelvis and slowly peel it off. 1 vertebra at a time. Lower back, middle, upper back. Your arms are beside your body. Squeeze those glutes up. Make sure your hips are in line with your shoulders and your knees. Bring those arms overhead and let's slowly roll down. Massage that spine as you come down. It should feel quite nice. Bring those arms back down. Inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor. Exhale, ribs to hips, tilt that pelvis. Let's slowly roll up. 1 vertebra at a time. Push through those heels. We're working that posterior chain, so really think about pushing through the heels. Try and relax these hip flexors. Really squeeze those glutes. And then slowly roll back down again. Grab your weights. Only if you want. Arms up towards the ceiling. Let's come up into our bridge, tilt that pelvis and we'll lift up. This time we're going to just open up our knees and return those knees and squeeze those glutes. And we're going to open up our arms, but I want you to bend those elbows so it's like a fly. Don't straighten those arms. And then bring them back up as you squeeze back in. So out and in. So bring those weights about in line with the chest as you bring them out and in. Squeeze that chest. Squeeze those glutes. Push through those heels. Squeeze the inner thighs. And then you're squeezing the outer thighs as they come in. So it's very controlled out, very controlled in with both arms and legs. Keep those hips nice and high. Keep squeezing those abdominals, ribs to hips. On the exhale. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's slowly roll back down and bring those arms down. Okay, this time we're going to come up, we're going to do some butt touches. We're going to do 4 movements with the hand, which is down, bring the weights down to the floor, bring them back up again and lift up. And we're just going to bring our butt up and down. So don't forget we're working a little bit of the tricep here again. So inhale, zip up, exhale, lift up your hips. Push through those heels, lift up the weights. As we come down, we're going to bring the elbows to the floor. Come back up again, we're going to put the weights to the floor. Down, bring the weights back up. Lift up, we bring the weights up towards the ceiling. Down and up with your butt, and the arms are just going up and down. Weights to the floor, back up, lift up. So 2 movements with your glutes, 4 movements with your arms. Down, weight goes to the floor, back up, and then up towards the ceiling. Down, weights go to the floor, back up. All the time you're pushing through your heels, you're squeezing those glutes. Back up. Still think about your posture. Eye gaze straight ahead so the chin's slightly tucked in, shoulders down and back, and really feel that controlled movements with these weights. Keep thinking ribs to hips on the exhale. Keep using those abdominals for 3, 2, and last one. Let's slowly roll back down. Bring those arms down. Okay, we're just going to go into a one-legged bridge, and very much similar to the dead bug. So make sure your hips stay stable. Usually when people are using one-legged bridges, they tend to drop the hip as the leg goes down. So try and keep those hips perfectly still and square. Okay, let's lift up into our bridge. Bend our knee. As you extend that right leg, extend the left leg back. Keep those hips up nice and high. So very similar to the dead bug on the floor, but we've just lifted up into our bridge. So push through that standing heel, squeeze that glute, keep those hips perfectly still. For 4, 3, 2, hold it out there, lengthen there, and just bring up and down, up and down. Keep those hips still, Squeeze that standing glute for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can we pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. Let's slowly roll back down. Okay, back up we go, other side now. Inhale, zip up, exhale, slowly roll up. Bring up that left leg. Right leg goes back as we lengthen the left leg. Coming back to the starting position. Think ribs to hips as you extend that leg. Make sure those hips are nice and high and parallel. Push through that standing heel. Squeeze that glute for 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it up there and bring it up towards the ceiling. Lower the arm and leg, bring it up. Keep those hips still for 4, 3. Use your breath and your abdominals. And 1. Can we pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Let's slowly roll down. Bring those weights down. Bring those knees in towards the chest. Far as you can, nice and stretch here. Let's now bring those knees apart and push those knees down towards the mat. Now let's open up those legs, pushing the feet now towards the mat. Bend your knees, grab your toes, and now push those knees down towards the mat. And let's just rock from side to side. And a little happy baby. Put the left foot down. Let's stretch out that right leg for your hamstring stretch. Point, flex, point, flex. Now with each breath, try and bring that a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Nice deep breath. Still think about your posture on the mat. Lengthen out that left leg. Right toe goes behind the left knee and just let that fall over that leg and look the opposite way. Nice little lower back stretch. Coming back up, let's lengthen out that left leg, bend the right knee for your hamstring stretch. Point, flex, point, flex. Now with each breath, try and bring it a little bit closer. Nice deep breaths. Lengthen out the right leg, hook the left knee, hook the left toe under the right knee, and bring that across the leg and look the opposite way. Really let that knee relax into the mat. Nice deep breaths. Okay, let's do a couple another roll up now. This will be our last exercise for our abdominals. The weight should help you come up. So bring the weights up towards the ceiling. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, let's slowly roll up. Pushing that belly button in towards the spine. You're probably a lot better this time than the first time. Lifting up, stretching over those legs. Coming back, let's bend our legs slightly. We're going to lift up the left leg and bring the left arm out. So you can either stay here, you'll still get abdominal work, or you can come back. And as you lift that left leg, widen that left arm. Really feel it in your obliques here. And close back down. Lift. Inhale, close back down. So anytime you want to come up, I don't want any discomfort in that lower back. So you can just come up and do very similar thing. Just twisting at the waist. For 4, 3, really feeling it, that in your obliques. 2, and 1. Let's go over to the other side. Lift that leg as we bring that weight back. Inhale. Exhale, really think ribs to hips. Help protect that lower back. Twist out that waist. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, let's stretch over those legs. We're going to do one more. Bend those knees. So you can either lift the legs off the mat, and we're going to bring both arms back, or you can leave the legs on the mat and just upright. And just really think about squeezing between those shoulder blades. Otherwise, we're going to come back, lift one leg at a time, and then bring those arms back. So come up slightly, squeeze ribs to hips, lower back down. Real think about ribs to hips, protect that lower back. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's put those legs down. Weights we are finished with. With the right leg now, put that on top of the left knee. And let's bring that leg in a little bit closer. Push that knee down and let's flex that bottom leg. You should feel that in your glutes here. Nice and tall. And let's just circle that ankle around one way. Keep scooping in that belly and then back the other way. Let's switch that over. We've got to take our feet out a little bit wider first. Put that left ankle on the knee and then bring that foot in. Push that knee down and flex that foot. Keep breathing, keep scooping in that belly, and then let's twirl that ankle, that top foot around one way, and then the other. Okay, release that down. Let's open up our legs. Let's walk our hands out in front. See how far we can come down. Scoop out that belly. Keep that back straight. Just walking your fingers along the mat. Nice deep breaths. Now let's walk our hands over to one side. Try and bring your chest towards your knee. Still scooping out the belly. Nice deep breaths. Let's keep walking back into the middle. See if you can come out a little bit further, walking those fingers out. Let's go over to the other side. chest to knee.
Let's bring that leg that we were just bending over, let's bring that in towards, bend the knee. Now the same arm as the front leg, I want you to bring that up and over towards a straight leg. Chest this time is forward. You can put the right hand inside the right leg and push up against that so you really lift open. And then try and bring yourself down. So more of a side bend here. Coming back up, let's bend the other knee in. So that same arm as that front leg comes up and over, keep the chest forward. So you can bring that arm in, pushing up against the foot to really open up your chest. Coming up, let's just come up onto our feet here, lift up and open up our knees and push our elbows into our knees. So that might mean here, and for some people it might mean here. You push those knees nice and wide, and if you can, lean forward and push those elbows into the knees. Keep scooping out that belly. Then we're going to come up a little way, opening those knees out, and we're going to bring our opposite shoulder, I should say, towards our knee. So twisting there, lifting up, twisting the other way. Lifting up. Use that breath on the exhale, ribs to hips. Push that belly button towards the spine. One more. Lift that upper body up a little bit higher, hands behind the head. Now bring our elbow towards our knee. Coming up, clasping those hands together, push them away, round out your back, stretching across the top of your back. Now clasp those hands behind your back, try and keep the heels of the hands together and bending forward, don't lock those knees, and bring those arms over as far as you can. Still scooping out that belly. Coming up, now we're going to do, just put your hands onto your knees, a little bit of cat and cow here. So round out the back, scoop out that belly, lower the head, and then tilt, arch, lift up the head. Back the other way. Back the other way with the head, the last thing that comes up, and the last thing that comes down. Now we're going to put our opposite hand behind each thigh, just at the bottom of the thigh here, and lift away. Stretching our backs, the top of our spine here. Lower back down, swap hands, lift back up, scoop out that belly. Bring your hands down to the floor, head heavy,
Don't lock your knees. Couple of nods with your head, couple of no's. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, ribs to hips. Let's slowly roll up.
Let's stretch up. Hands towards the ceiling. Now stretch one a little bit higher and then the other. Bring those arms down, elbow across the body. Bring that elbow towards your chest. Elbow over the head and then push that elbow down, hand that going down the middle of your back. Shake it out. Let's go the other way, elbow across the body. Nice deep breaths. Elbow up and over. Push that hand down the middle of your back. Shake it out. Couple of nice deep breaths. Open up those legs. Down we go. Lift up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale. Exhale. A few little swishes around. And we're done. Time for coffee.